Alright, this is the 32 gauge 50-70 loads. This time it's 60 grains of pyrodex and a 325 grain bullet. That was a lot more pop than last time. Alright, this bullet is out of the, it's a Lee mold. It drops a 325 grain bullet with a hard cast lead, wheel weight alloy. I have it converted to a 209 primer and a 32 gauge Magtech brass hull. This gun does have a rifled barrel. It is a 32 gauge shotgun. We aren't shooting at anything in particular. These are just test shots, and it is pretty cold out here. Yeah, that's got a lot more recoil than it did the other day. I'm having to drop this rod down the barrel to knock the brass out. I'm going to buy a reamer. It's $200 to finish reaming the chamber out to take shot shells. It's I think it's about a 1/4 inch short, and it is slightly cone shaped as it gets towards the rifling, which is causing the brass to hang up. I'm going to aim right here in the dirt and see what happens. I got 2 more shots left. I'm going to take 1 more and let him have the last shot. Right beside the last shot. The recoil feels about like a 20 gauge with a relatively hot load, maybe a little bit less. Here you go. You have the last shot. Alright, I have centered in the camera. There's a little mound of snow down there. Let's see if you can hit it. Aim right below it. You should hit it. Nope. I have no idea where those are going. We need to put it on paper. Okay, just wanting to give you guys a much better look at these holes up close. As you can see, they are pretty dirty. I have went ahead and resized them. As you can see in the center, how it's more shiny than the rest of the hole. As I said in the video earlier, I have converted these to take 209 primers. Pretty easy to do. Get your drill, and I can't remember the size bits that I used right now, but drill it out 209 primer pocket size, and use a much larger bit to create the chamfer. You know, give it a little countersink, as you can see right there, and they take 209 primers just fine. They come from the factory set up for large pistol primers though, which I do have on the way. They'll be here Tuesday. Today's Saturday. So I can stop converting these to 209s and just use the large pistol primers. But just wanted to show you guys those. I'll get you a view of the what they look like out of the box too. And here's the brand new holes. Right out of the box. Never primed and never fired. 32 gauge. You can see the large pistol primer pocket right there. That's how they come from the factory. And like I said, I do have some of those on the way. I ordered 200 of them. These are very thin walled. You can get some heavy loads into these. With smokeless powder, you can load up to 1 ounce in this, but that could be getting you into some high pressure for the 32 gauge. I recommend, if you want to shoot 1 ounce through it, just use pyrodex or black powder. But these have, I think they take a 52 caliber bullet, but what I'm doing to shoot the 50 cals is patching it with masking tape. You could also use paper or denim, cotton, whatever, but masking tape is cheap and easy. You just wrap the bullet a few times, fits perfectly in there. You can seat it by hand, and then I use my press to ram it down, and because you can't, they fit so tightly you can't push it in all the way by hand, but I use my primer seating punch on my press to give it a good seat. These are available in 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, and 410. They don't come in 10 gauge, which is, you know, that's kind of a crime. I'd love to have some good cheap 10 gauge holes. These are $38.99 from Midway USA, Ballistic Products. Lots of other sites have them, but I caught these on sale last week for $29.99. They come in boxes of 25. Here's the box. Magtech brass shot shells. If you want to pause the video and read that, you can. These are all Magtech brass is 2.5 inch. Just giving you guys a good view of the box. The loads I fired had a lot more recoil than they did in the previous video. It was about on par with the 20 gauge 1 ounce game load in a 2 3/4 inch shell, I'd say. They were noticeably louder in person. Not sure if they were on camera or not, but they were. I'm thinking I can load these up possibly at the most I want to go is 100 grains of pyrodex, because there is a 50-110 cartridge out there. It's 110 grains of black powder over a 400 and I think it was 75 grain bullet maybe. Might try one of those in here because it will totally fit. I can totally get 110 grains of powder in there and a relatively heavy bullet. I do have 385 grain bullets that are 7/8 ounce. What I've been shooting is mostly the 325 grain Lee bullets, which seem to do okay. I need to put the scope back on the gun. Here's an up close view of the gun. I may have showed you guys this gun before, but can't quite remember. It says 32 gauge special on the left side of the barrel. It is manufactured by H&R. The serial number AM233091 dates it to 1974. Still has really good color case hardening on the receiver. This gun's actually in really good shape to be 48 years old. That's almost 50. The bottom sides of the receiver are never polished from the factory. Left side of it, or no, this is the right side, looks really good. Needs to be cleaned right there. It's got some dirt on it. But check the wood out. To be near 50 years old, this wood is still in really good shape. It does have some scratches, like right there, but I'm not really worried about it. I do plan on deer hunting with this gun eventually, once we get it, sighted in and I find a load that the gun really likes. So there's another scratch, but I imagine, when I do start carrying this gun around in the woods, it is going to get scratched up and stuff, but that's fine. Most of my guns are. I have guns that are over 100 years old. They're all beat up, and that's just part of the, it's what gives them character. Like right there, no idea what's happened right there. Could not tell you. But the gun does come from the factory with a rear sight, but whoever had it before me took the rear sight off and had a 22 caliber 22 long rifle scope on it. I took it off because, well, I didn't really know how much the gun was going to recoil first of all, and didn't want to get punched in the eye with the scope. But also because I wasn't sure if the 22 long rifle scope was going to hold up on the, with the recoil. But turns out the recoil is not that bad with the loads I've loaded up so far. But like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to try 100 grains of pyrodex and a 385 grain bullet and see what that gets me. Another scratch right there. There is light surface, corrosion on the barrel. That ain't rust, because I have tried scrubbing it off before and tried oil, tried all kinds of stuff. Rebluing it, nothing. Don't know what that is. But let me show you how beefy this barrel is. Imagine a regular 12 gauge H&R single shot, but chambered for 32, and that's what this is. They haven't removed any excess material. Check out the muzzle end of it. And this is true 50 cal, .500. And it is a rifle, not that you can see. I haven't cleaned the gun yet. It's still, like, unbelievably dirty from the pyrodex. Let me see if I can get you guys a view down the chamber real quick. Probably aren't going to be able to tell real well, but the gun is indeed rifled. Kind of puts me in mind of the H&R Ultra Slugs and Trackers that come in 12 and 20 gauge, but in 32. Now, 32 gauge bore diameter is .526, but on my Stevens, the smooth bore, you know, true shotgun 32 gauge, it's full choke at 500 diameter. And this one just happens to be, you know, 50 cal all the way down from the beginning of the rifling to the end of the muzzle. But I guess that's all I wanted to show you guys. I appreciate you watching. If you got any questions, go ahead and ask them in the comments. I know a couple people, actually 3 people, have picked these guns up in the last week because of me. There was a bunch of them listed on Gunbroker, but I have had 2 people message me and tell me that they've picked one up, and the third one I'm just assuming someone's bought it because it had been listed for a while and now it's gone. If you follow me on Facebook in the reloading group, Buck and Slug Reloaders, I go into a lot more detail with the loadings of it. People have given me some good ideas, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.